Okay, artists, today is our last day on our Penguin Pete project. We are going to be adding items into our picture, like possibly fabric, we have yarn, other paper, adding the sharpie details. So when you get your picture today, look at what it needs. I would start by looking at if there was something you didn't finish last week. So I didn't get a chance to make a scarf last week. So I have this checkered fabric here and I would like to make a scarf. So I cut out a scarf for Penguin Pete here with just a couple strips of paper of the fabric. And I'm gonna make, when you have a scarf, you have two ends, and a lot of times when you wrap it around, then they stick out. So I'm gonna use the glue bottle glue to add this. Now if you have to add paper, you could use the regular glue sticks. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of glue back here and add the bottom two parts of my scarf. So really look at your art today. What could you add to it? If you thought you were done, what more could be in your picture? Maybe I'd want to cut out some paper trees, some green trees to be in the background. Or maybe there's a house over here, or where are they sledding to? So build up your picture, decide what else it needs, whether it be paper or adding some details like the fabric and yarn. So I know that my sled, not only do I want a scarf on Penguin Pete here, but I know that my sled needs the strings that you hold on to. So I'm gonna add these to the start of my sled here. I cut out 2 strips of blue. Now, this could get a little messy, so I'm just gonna add a couple dots, kind of going up to where I want the string to be on his hand, and then I'm gonna lay it down and just leave it, kind of push it in, and not mess with it too much, let it dry. Same thing here, I'm gonna just add a couple, kind of a line, and a dot right where it's gonna be anchored, then lay my yarn down. This one's a little longer. Okay, so there I have my string that he's holding. Might wanna cut this end off. And after I've added some of those details, I might wanna at the very end go in with my Sharpie and inline, because I like how that stands out and his earmuffs aren't really standing out much. So I'm going to do the bottom of his earmuffs and the top, this line that's going across the other side. And you gotta be careful, like I get my hand in the yarn over here, it starts to come up, so I might have to re-glue that. So you might have to turn your paper so you're not messing with the other things you put in them. All right, so here are my earmuffs. Maybe I'm just gonna fill this in and this is gonna be a black line going across. Okay, now up here, the soft hat of his mom's. I'm gonna make it look fluffy. You can see the top of her hat has a fluff ball too. So I'm gonna inline it and inline the hat. And maybe this hat is checkered. So I'm gonna make some stripes. Make it a checkered hat. And add some lines to my sled here. So build it up. I might want to add something to this side over here as well. So look at your picture, decide what it needs.